Being allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system, well, they will decide on whether or not it will resume in camera. SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga has more for us on the latest developments. Canny, good morning. So just talk us through the technical aspects of the arguments that were brought by the two media houses who have argued against the application for the proceedings to continue in camera.
Indeed, good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers at home. We're seeing the Madlanga Commission, which is probing allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system, having its first opposed application before it in relation to the witnesses that are being prepared to appear before the Commission during this leg of testimony, as the Commission was unable to continue with the evidence of intelligence head, that is Lieutenant General Dumsani Khumalo, and because of that fact had to rejuggle their witnesses, which of course falls in the realm of the witnesses that they would need to shield from the public for a number of different reasons. We're now at that stage where they have to hear that sensitive evidence, and in terms of Rule 4, we've seen the evidence leaders put forth their application on a matter that is being determined on the papers, Sakina, where they've raised 4 principles to support their request that at least a significant portion of these witnesses be shielded from the public. That is full-on blanket in-camera proceedings, meaning that the media and the public will be excluded from those proceedings. And then they do have a request for some of those witnesses to be anonymized, meaning that they can testify remotely with just audio and not their visuals before the Commission. Now, the reason behind this request is that it takes place in the realm of the sensitive information that the Commission has already expressed would need to be dealt with in camera. They've stated 4 principal witnesses, or rather reasons, behind such a request, which is the safety of witnesses, the protection of the ongoing criminal investigation, the protection of the investigative methods and operational security, and then of course the protection of the informants and the sources. They're stating that for this leg of the evidence, they're going to have to ensure that because you're dealing with these alleged cartels and allegations surrounding the cartels and the criminal justice system, they have to create a safe environment with respect to that. Of course, this is an opposed application, but just to add to that argument, Sakina, quickly before we wrap to the next hour, that it's quite clear that these witnesses need a heightened level of security. As you see from the parking lot, the situation has changed. You're seeing this device called the belly scope, where the men in suits are actually checking the vehicle quite thoroughly for any type of potential harm that could take place in this venue. And we've seen that from this leg of the evidence, Sakina, that the Commission's security has gotten much tighter from the gate before you actually enter the actual precinct where the evidence will be heard. So there is clearly some kind of risk that they are protecting against, and we're seeing a heightened level of security, police, law enforcement, as this leg of the evidence is currently being heard. It remains to be seen at 9:30 a.m. this morning what the Commission's chair will determine on the papers with respect to how this leg will be handled. Will it be in public, or will the request by the evidence leaders to have these proceedings in camera be granted? Over to you in studio.
Well, thanks so much, Canny. Not too long to go before we know.